Today was a short one, but I did find some NES games, complete in box, and a couple other finds at estate sales and thrift store. Let's get those finds.
Yeah, he wants to go ahead and feature you on it.
Right on. Look at this chest. This is pretty cool.
Complete set is what it is. You don't see that very often. How much is it? 25. You don't see that very often. Not really.
Oh, I do.
I think I'm done.
You think you're done?
Yeah, I think I'm done. I'm not sure how much the cookbooks are.
Oh, you got the best Nintendo games. I was blown away at the value on that, man.
Yeah.
I didn't know until I used price charting and looked everything up. But I tried to go under.
There wasn't more. Huh?
Yeah,
There wasn't any more of that.
I
Okay.
wish. I feel like there were.
Yeah, I guess it seems like it.
I'm good, thank you. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Did you stop over at Sun Lakes?
Yeah, I did that first.
How was it over
I
there?
didn't get anything.
No.
Nothing.
How are you?
Oh, okay. Good.
I got you.
So we are 128.32.
Good morning, everyone. It's Friday. I actually hit up an estate sale this morning, which is unusual for me. Usually estate sales are usually Thursday for me, but I saw pictures on estatesales.net, which is right here, about Atari games, but more importantly, Nintendo games. Unfortunately, as soon as I got there, people were already grabbing stuff, so they grabbed the NES console, but I'm not sure how much it was valued at. If I had to guess, it was probably retail because a lot of the games and everything was priced by price charting. So more or less, I'm okay missing the console, especially if it was like 100 plus, because that's not worth it for me. But I did see this complete in box games, and no one was really looking at them. They were looking like under the table to the side at the Ataris or whatever. And then I was just like, they were just sitting there. I gave it like a second, and then I just grabbed them because no one else was grabbing them. Castlevania was priced high, but I think it gets off-put by the Bible Adventures complete in box. The Bible Adventures game is a very good find complete in box. Because normally it's just a cart, and I already own that game. So what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is just flip the cart, keep the box and manual. And Castlevania, I already have complete in box, so that one's gonna be a direct flip. So more or less, I'm happy. I should be able to make a profit on this. And I also bought a bunch of cookbooks. Hopefully those have some value as well to help me break even and go in the profit on this. Anyways, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed that, and we'll see you guys. Good morning, guys. Hopefully you guys are having a good morning. I wanted to go over my pickups. Very few and far between. Summer has been slowing down as far as garage sales go, at least in my area. If it's different in your area, please let me know. But for right now, for me, it's been a lot slower for garage sales. I think the heat has to do with a lot with it. On Friday, there wasn't very many. Saturday, there's still a couple. There's still some decent number, but for some reason, Friday is just a lot of slowdown. Maybe the back to school has something to do with it. But anyways, I'm starting to rely a little more on thrift stores and estate sales during this summer slowdown. I'm constantly looking at, estatesales.net and other things. And while browsing estatesales.net, I did find this. So this caught my eye. It was a bunch of retro games. At first glance, it just looked like a bunch of Atari complete in box games and Atari system. Looked in a little more pictures, you would see there was an NES, and there was some NES games, and also 3 complete in box NES games. And it was a 40-minute drive from where I live. That whole morning I was like, again, like if you watch the previous video, again, should I go? It is far. I shouldn't go because it's far, gas, and people might, especially because the way this was advertised, because it was advertised on Marketplace too. I was like, okay, it's gonna be probably really hard to get these things. But I decided to go, and I had to pack orders or whatever that morning, and I ended up getting there at 7:50, and it opened at 8 o'clock. So as I pull up to the sale, I look and I see a line already out the door, and I'm like, uh-oh. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get anything. I think I ended up being number 16 in line or something like that. And this whole time I was like, I'm probably not gonna end up getting anything. Why did I come? I wasted gas, 40-minute drive, 40 minutes of my time, and I have to account for 40 minutes back, right? Because I have to drive back home. I try to stay positive, if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. I'm still gonna look for stuff at this estate sale just to try to make some of my money back, right? So I was lining up to get inside. They only let 10 people in at first, and then like a minute passed, and then let another 5 and another 5, and then it was my turn to go in. And at this point I was like, okay, they're probably gone. So when I was walking in, he stopped a guy in front of me and said, are you here for the video game stuff? And the guy said yes. He's like, oh, you straight down to straight in the back. So I heard that, so I knew exactly where to go. So I went straight there, and everyone was looking at the Atari games and under the table. It was really weird, and no one was paying attention to the NES or games, which was a little surprising, at least for me. Maybe they weren't looking for that thing, or maybe some of the prices scared them away, I don't know. But I grabbed the 3 complete in box game NES games, and then when someone saw me do that, they grabbed the NES console. I have no idea what the console was asked, what they were asking on the console, but if I had to guess, because the guy did use price charting to get his prices, maybe $100, maybe 80, I don't know. It's fine. I don't need any more NES consoles. I currently have like 10 in backlog in my storage area that I do need to test and get to work on them, but more or less, I mean, I got what I came for. I got the 3 complete in box NES games, and I was happy or whatever. I kept looking around. I did like 3 or 4 walk around just to make sure there was nothing. This was a very, other than the video game stuff, it was kind of like an underwhelming estate sale. I didn't really see much of interest. I did go to the garage and I did see some cookbooks, and watching channels like Shed Flips and other channels, there is some value in some older cookbooks depending on what it is, right? So I grabbed a couple. I think I grabbed 4 of them, and I put those in the bag too. Walked around a couple more times, didn't see anything else, so I went to the front, and they said the cookbooks were $2, and then the NES games were marked, and there was no arguing it because it was the first day. And again, if I would have set them down, maybe someone else would have picked them up and got them. They were priced up, especially Castlevania. Castlevania was $70, but it is complete in box. It does have insert, it does have the manuals. And the reason I got Bible Adventures, which was $30, is because it was the blue cart. I only have the black cart. So in the cart footage, I think I said I had Bible Adventures and I had Castlevania complete in box. It was incorrect information. I didn't have the blue one for Bible Adventures, and I don't have Castlevania complete in box. So what I'm gonna do is sell the loose copy I have for Castlevania, keep the complete in box one, and keep the blue complete in box Bible Adventures. You're probably saying, Grimsy, you're not going to be able to make money on that much. Yeah, you are correct. So this is going to be for the collection. Occasionally I still buy for the collection, and just because these boxes are in overall pretty good shape, and I don't see this very often, especially Bible Adventures complete in box, I feel like it'd be more beneficial to add that to the collection. And sometimes if you sit on it for years and then a couple of years from now you sell off the collection, it might be worth way more. So that's what I plan to do with that. And the cookbooks ended up being pretty good, at least some of them. So I have them listed, and I think it's like $50 to $60 worth of cookbooks. And I did pay $128 for everything, so it's almost half of the value, and I'm okay with that. If I only paid half the value of what was listed on there, that's completely fine with me. Overall, I'm happy. I mean, sometimes, especially if the estate sale's kind of vague, you go for what you want, and I actually picked something up, and I'm not gonna sell them. So that's another interesting fact that in my mind, I went to the sale to sell them, but now I'm not gonna sell them. Sometimes you gotta buy for the collection, you know? On Friday, I went garage selling. There wasn't much. Because there wasn't much, I was in the area. I went to the thrift store. Every week or so, I take a donation box over there, and when you do that at this thrift store, they give you a 20% off coupon. So I bought a bunch of DVDs, and I'm only gonna show you, I only showed you 2 in that overview, but they ended up being pretty good. The 2 main DVDs that stood out, and that's why I showed them in the overview, was In Living Color, Season 1 and Season 4. Season 1 is worth about $10. Season 4 was worth $40. And if actually, I discovered while looking this up, if you have seasons 1 through 4, or I don't know if it's 1 through 5 or 1 through 4, you can easily get $200 for that, and pre-owned condition, which is insane. So now that I have that's gonna be another one I look for out when I'm looking for media. But very happy to pick those up. And at this thrift store, they charge $2.99 for DVD, even if it's a box set or whatever. From what I picked up, I think I spent 10, so that would be 138. That was already at 60, so plus the 40, it's 100. You know, $110 back from what the 138 I spent. I'm okay with that. That means I only spent like 20 bucks on these NES games, and I'm completely fine with that. I'm more than happy to add some games to the collection, and sometimes you gotta do that, especially if you know you are a collector as well, like I am. If you see the games behind me, those are not for sale, right? Those are part of my collection, and you know, sometimes you gotta buy for the collection and do what you like. So part of me likes going out to, yes, to make money or whatever, but also a part of me likes going to add stuff to the collection. And that's how I started this whole thing back years ago. I think like 2012, 2013 is when I first started garage selling for video game stuff, and that's what I did. I mean, I did resell the extra stuff, but it wasn't like a full-time eBay business back then as it is now. So it's a little throwback feeling for me, you know, just buying to collect, right, and just flipping the other stuff to make my money back on this. I apologize for the slowness of these sales that have been as of late. I can't control that. It's out of my control, but what I can do is throw a variable in there, you know, like an estate sale that I normally don't go to that much, and then a thrift store, which I also don't normally go that much anymore, just to see if I could find some other stuff there to help me make my money back, especially if I buy something for the collection. But anyways, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to comment, like, and subscribe for more videos, and follow my Instagram at GrimzyRaider. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see what I find next. Thanks, guys. Remember to comment, like, and subscribe, and maybe watch one of these videos right here. Maybe this one or this one. Thanks, guys.